Welcome back to Venture Road, a series of films exploring what happens when you bring Nordic and Californian life science companies together.
The question we're asking is, what does it take to go from networking to real business partnership? What are the barriers? And the answer is a lot.
But at the same time, the message from the experts that we spoke to was quite consistent. You need to be deliberate, you need to follow through in order to bring those barriers down, because it won't happen by itself.
I think we could collaborate more, I think, just through better communication with each other, through our organizations working together. I think one of the challenges of being in the Nordics is that when companies in California think about the life science hubs outside the U.S. that they believe they need to be in, the Nordics don't necessarily come to mind. And so, I think just more marketing and promotion and communication.
I think it's the opportunities, the forums. They just don't happen. So for example, the Nordic Innovation House I think is great in Palo Alto. Because at the end of the day, you need to work on the ins into the academic institutions like, for example, UCSF or Stanford or Berkeley. They don't just happen. And then same thing with the ins to companies. If you want to bring over Nordic people from companies, they need to be able to, you need to find a way to get into these companies so you meet the right people, not just the lower level, but you need to strategically. And that takes a lot of work to make sure that you have and build up those networks. There is really not any hindrance. There should be, I think it's like matchmaking. You need to make it happen because I know from a Swedish perspective, for example, there is a drive to really improve on or increase the number of clinical trials. And this is a priority for Sweden. And this would be phenomenal for, US companies, because to conduct a clinical trial in Sweden, the cost is probably less than 50% of what it is in the US. It's just that, and another advantage, for example, of the Nordic countries is that we have all these amazing registries.
The difference, what is unique between the Nordics and California is, I think our culture is very, very different. The Nordics are very focused on being trustworthy and collaboration, on more of a flat hierarchy for their businesses. They want everyone to agree and come to consensus. The United States is not that as much concerned with any of that. In California, it's all about ambition and driving forward and competition and, rising to the top no matter what it takes.
Yes, we just heard it. It's all about the will and the ambition to make things happen, because it won't just happen by itself. In the next video, we'll look how true co-creation happens.